Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce. It's the backup channel backing Celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news.
Check this out. Tory Lanez is headed to state prison after a Los Angeles County Superior Court judge denied his motion for bail during a recent hearing on Thursday. So this is what happened. Tory Lanez and his attorneys filed a motion asking the court to grant permission for Tory, aka Daystar Peterson, to live with his 6-year-old son and his new wife, Raina Chassain, in a rental home while his legal team works to appeal his sentence. Well, Judge David Hereford denied his request, citing Tory's conviction for violent crime, his history of violating court orders, and his non-US citizenship that could lead to his deportation to Canada and prevent him from coming back to court, even if he wanted to. As a result of the judge's decision, Tory will now be transported to a state prison in the upcoming weeks, where he'll serve out his 10-year sentence, which includes credit for almost like a year served. Now, before leaving the courtroom, Tory allegedly looked over at Megan Cuniff, a journalist who's been covering the high-profile case since the beginning, and he called her a googly-eyed biatch. Now, in reference to the situation, Megan Cuniff jumped online a little later on after court, and she said, quote, "I didn't hear it, and I'm still working to see if the transcript has it, but I've confirmed Tory Lanez used his final courtroom moments to profanely insult me, calling me a googly-eyed biatch as he looked into the gallery. Conflicting reports on whether he named me. A fitting end." End quote. Yo. You ever meet the type of people who just don't get it? I mean, no matter what it is, they just don't get it. It could be simple, not that complex. And I mean, you can try to explain it to them. You can show them a movie. You could give it to them in Braille. You can draw stick figures and they still don't get it. Tory Lanez is that dude, because I swear, this dude just doesn't get it. I mean, how you gonna get convicted for losing your temper and disrespecting a woman, and before you leave the courtroom, you're gonna lose your temper and disrespect a woman? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Tory Lanez is going exactly where Tory Lanez needs to be. I mean, I swear, this dude right here. Let me know what you think about Tory Lanez calling a reporter a googly-eyed biatch when he was leaving a courtroom. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, check this out. Nia Long's ex-husband, Ime Udoka, has launched a custody battle over the couple's son. According to new legal documents, the NBA coach is asking a judge in a Los Angeles County court to order joint custody of their son Kez just weeks after Nia filed for full custody. In the filing, Udoka says that him and Nia should share physical and legal custody of their child, which would give him the same legal authority for essential decisions like medical treatment, schooling, and religion. If successful, joint custody would also mean that Udoka has a 50% timeshare with their son. It's interesting to note that on the court papers, Ime marked a box that says he's willing to have visitation with his son, which means that he's willing for their son to live with Nia during the school year and then have visitation with him on off days in the summer break. Remember, Ime is the head coach of the Houston Rockets and spends a whole lot of time in Texas and on the road with the basketball team. Now, Ime has also asked the court to split the attorney's fees 50-50, while Nia is asking the court to make Ime pay for all the attorney's fees and court bills. Why? Because he's the one that cheated. Look, I don't know how this thing is going to turn out, but I can tell you this much. Ime Udoka better be lucky that I'm not the judge presiding over this case, because I'd be like, Mr. Udoka, where was all of your care and concern about the well-being of your child when you were out there bouncing up and down on that Karen? Nah, but for real, I think that the 50-50 split is amicable, because just because the relationship didn't work out between Ime and Nia doesn't mean that you gotta sort of break up the relationship between Ime and his son. And I mean, I know it's hard, because when a woman is scorned and she's still in her feelings, she just wanna scorch earth a ninja, and she wanna take away everything this dude ever had. She wants him to feel the pain. But you just can't do it. You cannot break up the relationship between a man and his son just because that man got into a bed with another woman. You can't do it. I mean, you can do it, but you shouldn't do it. Listen, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that Ime Udoka should get that 50-50 split? Or do you think Nia Long should get full custody? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, peep this. Recently, Jonathan Majors proved that despite being dropped from Marvel, he's still a real-life superhero. Because the other day, Jonathan Majors broke up a fight between two high school girls outside of an In-N-Out burger. As all heroes do, Jonathan saw that chaos was getting ready to ensue, so he immediately jumped into action and placed his body in between two 75-pound teenage girls who were getting ready to fight. Now, Jonathan did this in order to thwart off what could have been a cataclysmic catastrophe. Without giving two thoughts about his own well-being, Jonathan prevented these two featherweight females from putting hands on each other. Oh my goodness, what would we do without Jonathan Majors? I mean, for real, what would the world be like without Jonathan Majors? Source, can you please show that clip of Jonathan Majors breaking up the fight? You mean to tell me that this dude that is built like Superman and who trained to fight Apollo Creed's son in a boxing ring could barely break up these two young girls? What is up with that? Well, after watching the footage, many people claim that the fight was staged by Jonathan Majors in an effort to clean up his image after he was accused of the domestic assault of his girlfriend. But Jonathan Majors' attorney says that that is simply not true, and a student who attends the school near where the fight took place came out and dropped a tweet that said, quote, "The Jonathan Majors fight was 100% real. I go to the school where the fight was at. I know one of the girls who fought. It was over stupid high school stuff. Here's another angle for everyone who's saying there was no one there. No idea how TMZ got it first." End quote. Look, I think it was really kind and adult of Jonathan Majors to intervene and break up the high school fight, and I highly doubt that he set it up himself in order to rehab his own image. I mean, if you've got to resort to staging high school fights and then calling TMZ and being like, "Yo, meet me up at the high school when the bell ring," then you, sir, have got some serious problems. So no, I don't think he did that. But let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think about Jonathan Majors breaking up the high school fight? If you were there, would you have intervened to break up the teens? Now, check this out. SZA's manager has revealed that he pulled SZA from performing at the VMAs because she wasn't nominated for Artist of the Year. When discussing the situation, Terrence Punch Howard said, quote, "Obviously she had one of the best years, if not the best year of any artist at this point. I don't see why she wouldn't be nominated for Artist of the Year. It just really didn't make any sense to me. It's disrespectful." End quote. Even though SZA did walk away with an award for Best R&B Album, her team still feels like that wasn't enough. And Punch said, quote, "I figured why go perform and do this if she not gonna be respected to the highest level. So it was my call to actually pull her out of the performance." End quote. I mean, is that what we're doing now? If I'm not nominated, I'm not showing up? I mean, because if that's the case, only like 9 or 10 celebrities are gonna be showing up to these award shows. But, I mean, I do understand where Terrence is coming from because SZA technically did have the best album of the year. But here's the thing, with these award shows, in order for you to be nominated, your album has to drop during a certain date on the calendar year. And if your album does not drop during that cycle, you cannot be nominated. So my question is, on what day did SZA's album drop? Because if her album dropped before the cutoff date, then she's absolutely right for not performing. But if she missed that cutoff date, then SZA's little black behind should have been up on that stage, because we don't just do things because we're nominated. Because if that was the case, people would be like, Sauce, can you go grocery shopping? I'd be like, absolutely not, because I was not nominated for Grocery Shopper of the Year. Or they'd be like, Sauce, can you watch these kids real quick? I'd be like, no, because I was not nominated for Babysitter of the Year. Or they'd be like, Sauce, are you going into work tomorrow? And I'd be like, absolutely not. I'm not going into work, because I was not nominated for Employee of the Month. And my work was stellar for the mucker. Nah, but for real, let me know what you think about SZA not performing at the VMAs because her album was not nominated for Album of the Year. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Now, check this out. K. Michelle says that she's made more money from her endorsement deal with Jack Daniels than she's made off of any of her music. During a recent interview with the Shade Room, K. Michelle talked about her deal with the liquor brand and said, quote, listen, dreams really do come true. I've been a Jack Daniels drinker for years. When I got my record deal, I told Atlantic Records I really wanted an endorsement deal with this company. I stayed focused on battling my demons and becoming a better woman. Out of nowhere, 2 years later, I got a call that Jack was interested in me becoming their new brand ambassador. I like to say I'm the first black ever endorsed by Jack Daniels. I made more money and learned more business from Jack Daniels than I ever made with any music. End quote. Listen, I am extremely happy for K. Michelle, and I'm happy that she's getting paid from her deal with Jack Daniels. But I also hope that Jack Daniels is paying the family of the enslaved black man named Nathan Nearest Green who taught Jack Daniels the art of whiskey distillation in the first place. When that company cuts that family a check, then I'll be extremely happy. Listen, let me know what you think about K. Michelle saying that she's made more money from her endorsement deal with Jack Daniels than she has made from any of her music. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. And hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.